3 years ago, in this very city, a woman named Sarah sat in her car, tears streaming down her face, having just lost her job of 15 years. Her bank account was empty, her marriage was crumbling, and in that moment of complete despair, she made a decision that would transform her life forever. Today, Sarah is sitting right here in the front row. Camera pans to Sarah, who's smiling with tears in her eyes. She runs a 7-figure business, is happier than she's ever been, and most importantly, she's discovered a truth so profound that it's changed every aspect of her existence. What if I told you that your greatest moments of despair are actually doorways to your destiny? I know that sounds crazy. Believe me, I've been there. When I was lying in that hospital bed with a shattered spine, doctors telling me I'd never walk again, I thought my life was over. But what I discovered in those dark moments, what Sarah discovered in her car that day, was something that quantum physics is only now beginning to understand. The universe isn't just listening to your thoughts, it's responding to your energy every single second of every single day. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how to tap into this power, not through some mystical thinking, but through precise, scientifically proven methods that will literally rewire your brain and reshape your reality. In the next 20 minutes, I'm going to share with you 3 groundbreaking discoveries that will challenge everything you think you know about reality. One of these discoveries recently stunned a group of quantum physicists at MIT. Another has been validated by brain scans of thousands of my students, and the third is so powerful that when people truly understand it, they often break down crying right there in their seats. But before I share these with you, I need to warn you. What I'm about to tell you might make you uncomfortable. It might challenge your deepest beliefs about how the world works. Some of you might even feel resistance rising up inside you right now. Good. That resistance, that discomfort, that's the sound of your old reality beginning to crack. Let me ask you something. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to have all the luck? How everything just seems to work out for them, while others, equally talented, equally hardworking, keep hitting wall after wall after wall? For years, scientists thought this was random, but new research in quantum mechanics and neuroplasticity has revealed something stunning. These lucky people are unconsciously using a principle so fundamental to the universe that it's literally woven into the fabric of reality itself. And today, I'm going to teach you exactly how to use it. But first, we need to understand something crucial about how your brain is literally creating your reality right now. Every single thought you think, every emotion you feel is sending out a signal to the universe. This isn't metaphysical mumbo-jumbo, this is quantum physics. Look at this rubber band. Simple, right? Watch what happens when I stretch it. Your brain works the same way. Every time you think a thought, you're stretching neural pathways. Every time you feel an emotion, you're creating quantum connections. But here's the key. Here's what Sarah discovered in that car. You don't have to wait for life to force you to stretch. You can choose to stretch. You can choose to expand. And when you do, the universe has no choice but to respond. Let me show you how. The first discovery I promised to share with you comes from a groundbreaking study conducted just months ago. Researchers found that your brain can't tell the difference between what you're vividly imagining and what's actually happening in reality. Let that sink in for a moment. When you worry about something going wrong, when you play that scenario over and over in your mind, your brain is literally programming itself to create that reality. Your thoughts aren't just thoughts. They're physical, neurological pathways being carved deeper and deeper into your brain. But here's where it gets fascinating. Remember Sarah? When she sat in that car, something extraordinary happened. Instead of replaying her problems, she did something that literally changed her brain chemistry in less than 60 seconds. She asked herself one simple question. A question so powerful that it triggers an immediate shift in your neural pathways. The question was, what if this is happening for me, not to me? I want you to think about your biggest challenge right now, that thing that's keeping you up at night, that situation that makes your stomach clench every time you think about it. Got it? Now ask yourself, what if this isn't a roadblock, but a redirect? What if the universe isn't punishing you, but preparing you? This brings us to the second discovery, and this one changed everything we thought we knew about manifestation. For years, we've been taught to visualize our goals, to imagine our perfect future, and that's important. But there's a crucial step that 99% of people miss. Your brain doesn't respond to what you want. It responds to who you're being. Let me say that again, because this is everything. Your brain doesn't respond to what you want. It responds to who you're being. If I asked you for a drink of water right now, you wouldn't just think about water, would you? You'd reach out your hand. Your body would prepare to swallow. Your entire system would shift into receiving mode. That's what Sarah did in that car. Instead of just visualizing success, she asked herself, who would I be if I was already living my dream life? How would I breathe? How would I walk? How would I treat others? And then, this is crucial, she started being that person right there in that moment, not tomorrow, not when everything was perfect, right then. But here's where most people get stuck. They say, but Joe, how can I feel successful when my reality shows me the opposite? How can I feel abundant when my bank account is empty? And that brings us to the third discovery, the one that makes people cry when they truly understand it. Your current reality, everything you can see, touch, and measure, is not your present. It's your past. Let that sink in. Everything you can see right now is the result of who you were being, not who you are being. This is why affirmations often don't work. This is why vision boards gather dust, because we're trying to create a new future while emotionally living in the past. But when you understand this, really understand it, something magical happens. You realize that your power to create lies in the space between stimulus and response, in that microscopic moment between what happens and how you choose to react. Let me show you what I mean. Sarah could have left that car and told everyone about how unfair life was, about how the economy was against her, about how everything was falling apart. And she would have been right. But she would have also been creating more of the same. Instead, she did something revolutionary. She decided to tell a new story, not just with her words, but with her entire being. Now, this is where neuroscience and quantum physics intersect in a way that still amazes me. When you change your energy, when you shift who you're being, you literally emit a different electromagnetic frequency. Your heart's electromagnetic field can be measured up to 10 feet away from your body. Think about that. Your emotional state isn't just affecting you. It's affecting everything and everyone around you in a measurable, physical way. But here's the key. You don't have to wait for your circumstances to change to shift your energy. In fact, waiting for external circumstances to change before you change internally is like waiting for your room to get warm before you turn on the heater. It doesn't work that way, does it? This brings us to the practical part, the part where knowledge becomes transformation. I'm going to teach you a 2-minute exercise that combines everything we've discussed. An exercise so powerful that it can literally begin rewiring your neural pathways the first time you do it. Close your eyes. Everyone, please, close your eyes. Now think of that future you desire, but don't just think about it. I want you to step into it. What time do you wake up in that future? What's the first thing you do? How do you carry yourself? Now here's the crucial part. What emotion dominates that future? Is it joy, confidence, peace? Whatever it is, I want you to feel it. Not think about it. Feel it. Let that emotion fill every cell of your body. Let it change your breathing. Let it change your posture. Let it change your facial expression. Now, here's where most people stop. But we're going to take it one step further. While holding that emotion, I want you to say these words in your mind. This is who I am, not who I will be, who I am. Open your eyes. That feeling you just experienced, that's not visualization. That's not positive thinking. That's you literally tuning your nervous system to a new frequency. That's you sending a new signal to the quantum field. But here's the million-dollar question. Can you hold that state when life pushes back? Can you maintain that energy when your external reality hasn't caught up yet? This is where most people give up. They say, I tried it for a week and nothing changed. But remember what I said earlier. Your current reality is your past. It's the result of who you were being. The key is to persist past the point where your old reality tries to pull you back. And this is exactly what Sarah discovered. For 3 weeks after that day in her car, nothing in her external reality changed. Nothing. But she persisted. She kept being the person she was becoming, even when everything around her screamed that it wasn't working. Then, on day 22, something remarkable happened. She ran into an old colleague at a coffee shop. A completely random encounter. Except, there are no random encounters when you're operating at a new frequency. This colleague had just started a consulting firm and was looking for someone with exactly Sarah's expertise. But here's the incredible part. If Sarah had been carrying her old energy, her old story of victimhood, that conversation would have gone very differently. Instead, she showed up as her future self, confident, creative, ready. But I can hear some of you thinking, that's just a lucky break. Let me ask you something. How many potential lucky breaks have passed you by because you weren't operating at the frequency to recognize them? How many opportunities? How many connections? How many doors has the universe tried to open for you, but you were too busy looking down to see them? This is why understanding these principles isn't just about manifesting what you want. It's about becoming who you were meant to be. It's about stepping into your power as a creator of reality, not just a receiver of circumstances. Look around this room. Every person here has a dream. Every person here has something they're yearning to create or become. But here's what most people don't realize. Your dream isn't just about you. Your dream, your transformation, your evolution, it's part of the universe's own expansion. When you play small, when you stay stuck in old patterns, you're not just limiting yourself. You're limiting the universe's expression through you. This is why now is so important. Not tomorrow. Not when everything is perfect. Now. Because every moment you spend waiting for the perfect time, waiting for permission, waiting for certainty, is a moment the universe could have been expressing its magnificence through you. Sarah didn't wait for the perfect time. She didn't wait for things to get easier. She made a decision in her darkest moment to trust in something bigger than her circumstances. And that's my invitation to you today. Not to just listen to these words, not to just understand these principles intellectually, but to make a decision right here, right now, to step into a new way of being. Remember, your current reality is your past. Your power is in this moment. And this moment, and this moment. Before I leave you today, I want you to understand something profound. The universe isn't testing you. It's not punishing you. It's inviting you. Every challenge, every setback, every moment of doubt is an invitation to choose again, to choose differently, to choose bigger. The question is, will you accept the invitation? The universe is ready when you are. Thank you.